Louisiana Beer Reviews, Storyville, India Pale Ale. Okay, it says brewed below sea level. Well, actually, where that brewery is may not be below sea level on Chapatula Street. But anyway, 6% alcohol. The IBUs are not disclosed. They say on rate beer that's 55, but I have no official verification of that. 4124 Chapatula Street, New Orleans, Louisiana. Okay, Storyville, they're showing some women dancing, a guy sitting at the bar smoking a cigar, a bartender pouring a drink from a bottle, interestingly, even though this is a canned beer. Guy playing a piano, another guy, playing a bass, non-electric bass instrument. There's a paddle wheel with a beer bottle again on it. Canned on January 23rd, 2018. Throw me something. Throw me something. Oh, I caught it. All right. Storyville was an area set up in 1897 in New Orleans as an unofficial prostitution district. 1917, it was shut down by the U.S. government. 23 years later, Iberville housing project was built there, and that's being demolished as we speak. All right. My great-grandmother lived in Iberville. Oh, excuse me. Correction, she lived in St. Thomas housing project. That was a white project. I believe Iberville was a white project also. They used to have segregated projects, housing projects in New Orleans. So my great-grandmother lived in St. Thomas housing project for years. When it was integrated, she, like all the other white people, left. But that's another story. All right, anyway. Golden and very sediment filled. Lots of tan sediment. Not a thick head, a thin white head. Well, it's almost like copper, but with the sun shining through it, it's an orange gold, okay? Storyville, named after an alderman in the city, councilman we call him today, whose last name was Story, and he proposed localizing prostitution. And it's still a big problem with that in New Orleans today, with these strip joints getting raided for prostitution and drugs, and all kind of different things, scandals all the time breaking out in New Orleans with that, and just a big complicated mess. All right, but anyhow, it's getting cloudy out here suddenly. It was clear. I hear sirens. I hope there's not too bad of a wreck. This beer was introduced in 2017, and this is the first video review for Storyville India Pale Ale in the world. All right. It smells a little dankish, kind of. You know, dank-y resin, hop resin, and white bread. I don't know if this company will ever do bottled beer. I've never been to Port Orleans Brewing. I know one of the New Orleans Saints football players is a big person involved in the company. White bread crust, hop bitterness. It does taste like it's around 60 IBUs actually. They're saying 55, it tastes 60 to me, but you know how that goes. Some lacing. High medium body, mostly dry or medium dry finish, I guess. Okay. Oh boy, there's always some kind of little disaster, right? That was very little. It's not one of those shrink wrap like Greenleaf said. I think it's a shrink wrap plastic label. I said, I don't know if it's shrink wrap or glued or both, those kind. This was actually printed on the can. That's nice. It looks a little better when it's printed on the can instead of something you could tear off. To me. All right. Didn't really change it. It's pretty bitter now. You can see this is no New England style India Pale Ale. This is the old West Coast style. If you like a resinous, bitter thing, this should work. Similar to, like, say, a little lower in the intensity than a Torpedo from Sierra Nevada, I guess, lower intensity. The sweetness scaled for Cyclops, it would be, it's probably 4 out of 5 sugar cubes. It's pretty sweet. And hop bitterness, it's 5 out of 5 hop cones, the way they look at it, okay? So it's a full-on, a full-bore, pretty much hop bitterness. So if you're not used to the, or if you don't care for that, like my daughter, she wouldn't like it. She'd say, well, I don't like, she doesn't like bitter and stuff, you know. But anyway, it's a personal preference issue. It's not a quality issue, and it doesn't reflect on the drinker. I mean, I know it seems like in the beer world, some people are looked down upon because they don't like IPAs or bitter beers, which to me is ridiculous. I scored an A-. It's at the lower end of excellent. If I did revisits of it and drink more of it, I might go higher, but that would be the lowest I'd go. A-, say, like around a 90 out of 100, I think. A 90 out of 100 would be fair. So Les Bon Temps Relais, an excellent product from Louisiana, and I'm going to end this review by saying y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.